Hey guys, Beauty Puppy Valley in the Sand, bringing another top video to the channel. This time we'll be analyzing together the defenses that I've talked about in other videos on Instagram regarding the 2 against 1. How to defend when confronting the player or when staying inside the goal. The video will consist of several top tips that I'll be analyzing together with you, commenting on several little details that I made there to be able to defend this very difficult situation, which is the 2 against the goalkeeper that our team sometimes doesn't assist with. People abandon the game and we stay there alone. Today I'm going to teach you how you can pull off this miracle defense and keep the goal safe. Perfect. So before that, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a thumbs up. Your like is very important. You're showing YouTube that you're enjoying our content and you will be helping us reach more people. So your like is extremely important. Don't forget this. And if you're not a subscriber to the YouTube channel, it's particularly important because for non-subscribers, there are exclusive videos. There are live training sessions that we don't share here on YouTube. They are only shared for those who are subscribers to the channel. So there's a plenty of top content for you. All right, I'll also leave a link to my online course in the description. There's an online course with several keys for you to learn how to make a shot, how to set up barriers, how to defend these situations and many others, how to play as a goalkeeper, how to improve your shot, and many more. I give several invaluable tips, other live tutorials as well, teaching you how to get in touch with soccer clubs both in Brazil and outside Brazil and make contact with these teams. All of this is taught in my online course. In addition to various exercises that you can do throughout the year for yourself, or if you're a goalkeeper coach, you might want to have some interesting content for your goalkeepers. It's there in my course too. The link is in the description, and if you sign up, you're welcome to train with us too. That's enough talking. Let's move on to the video. Now you can see the computer screen here, and we'll be analyzing these videos together. I'm going to pause and talk about some details that happened in the game. What were the insights? We'll go back, comment, and analyze together. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll answer them later. Settled. Let's play the video here. Situation of 2 against the goalkeeper and how to defend there based on the player's position, because I knew there was a second move. Let's go. Let's see together what happened here. As you can see, there's a player which I noticed is critical for you to understand whether you have to confront the player in possession of the ball or have to stay inside the goal. In this case, if you notice that there's a player alone on the other side when a player is approaching with the ball on that side and there's a player alone on the opposite side, I'm not going to charge at the player with the ball. I'm going to step back. I'm going to wait at my post. That's what I did in this case. I waited. I saw that there was a player on the other side. I didn't engage the player with the ball. I stepped back a little and he passed. When he makes the pass, I can recover with some movement because I'm not far from the goal. I can make a little step to the side there and I can secure the defense at the base. You can see that it's important for you to do the movement well. The little hand, the foot arriving very quietly. The ball is going to hit my foot and bounce up. So it's very important. Interception. There are a lot of goalkeepers who make mistakes in these cases. We realize that we need to be careful and analytical to avoid making such mistakes. The player is cut off here. I already knew there was a player on this side. There's already a lone player on the left. In this case, I won't go out. I'm not going out because if I leave this guy, he will pass it and the guy will score by himself. You won't be able to defend. What we did here was to stay positioned inside the goal. I stayed here waiting for him as I was standing here. In this case, any pass he gives to the player on the side won't put me far from the goal. You can see that the space here to defend myself is not large. So if I were to go forward and attack, there would be a huge space to defend. So I'm not going to chase him. I'm not going to chase after him here. I'll be ready for a shot from the goal, or if he makes a pass to the side, I can move. 2 passes ahead, being able to prevent his shot. That's what I have to worry about, defending the goal. If I chase the player, I won't be able to defend. That's what happened here. I stayed still, waiting for him to make the pass. 1 pass to the side, he saved the ball there. Stay tuned, this is very important to you. There was another situation, the guy shot at the goal and I stood still. I didn't move, I waited to see what he would decide. I pointed to the side to indicate there was a player. This is extremely important. Let's analyze together so you can see what happened. I saw there was a player, you can see me pointing. My arm is extended for those watching, indicating there's a lone player here. But my team, you can see they're all delayed. My teammate is standing here. He won't get there in time to help or catch a pass to this player here. So what I did was point it out, but at the same time, I retreated. I didn't go after the guy with the ball. This is very important for you, goalkeeper. You don't go after him. And in this case, some goalkeepers do this. They defend the player with the ball, but then the player with the ball passes to another player who scores the goal alone without the goalkeeper. We don't want to concede a goal. We want to defend in a difficult situation. The first important thing is to know where the opposing players are. This is very important. You have to know the players' positions. You know when you can go out when there's no one to pass or stay in the goal because there's someone to receive the pass. This is fundamental. Another important thing that helps you stay in goal is knowing if there's one of your teammates with the player. You can see here the opposing player drives the ball and there's a defender from my team still with him. The action isn't over yet. So any imbalance or touch will help me in making the final save since he doesn't make a strong shot because he is unbalanced by my teammate. This is very important, but if he had kicked hard or made a pass to the guy next to me, I would have had difficulty. So I waited for the goal because I saw there was a player here alone. He took the shot and I was able to block it and start the counterattack. Positioning. This is very important, the hand pointing out that there is someone alone and then you never guess the pass. Always stay on goal. Another situation where the guy shoots the goal instead of passing. This is very important. Always wait for completion. She walked backwards. This time he left his foot. He took my hand and I walked backwards. Look at me walking backwards. I waited because there's a player here on his team. He very well could. That's why I say sometimes you put doubt in the player because the player with the ball has to think very quickly and sometimes he doesn't even see that there's a player who could pass to the player on his team here. On the left side, there's a player from his team who is the only guy here. You're alone. He's on a 2 against the goalie in this case. And we left him in difficulty. He didn't know what to do. I walked backwards and he thought he was going to kick and he was going to score. And we ended up defending with our hands. So players get into difficulty or sometimes can't think very quickly. He opened the space to the left and made a pass. She stopped. A player is coming in. The guy with the second stick coming in at this point, we can see for sure. He's taken the ball inside. You can see he hasn't set up to shoot yet. He has the ball here, taking it in here. This is even better for us as a goalkeeper because the hardest thing would be if he were taking the ball to that side because then the goalkeeper would have to be more here in the middle of the goal. In this case, the goalkeeper would have to be walking if he takes the ball to that side. I would also have to be walking this way and stay here. This leaves a huge space here for the guy to pass to the other side. If he makes a pass to be heard here and he makes a pass to that side, it will be difficult to defend. He no longer stepped into the middle, which for us is much better for the middle. It reduces the space between players and moves faster to go. He took me to the middle. In this case, I positioned myself and walked back. You can see that I took 2 steps because the guy is approaching the second post. I'm going to be very close to him. Any pass he gives to the guy, I can't block it. He will move forward and he finishes, and you can see where he finishes. My stance will finish there. It led him to stop there and he set up to kick. In this case, there is already a reading of his leg that I know he is going to kick, even if I set my cross further here. Whatever it takes to get a kick out of it. In this case, I chose a split to cover more of the foot on the ground and the hands in the air, and we managed to defend there by taking the right hand. Very important, another situation too. In this one, guys, for those who haven't seen it, I scored the goal in this one, but it was very close. It was the same in just a few months. I walked back and threatened, but after 3 or 4 times, he already got into an important situation and walked back. There are 2 players, 1 and 2. What I did in this case, you can see that I threatened a way out. I threatened a way out. I will come back here a little bit. Look, I'm going to threaten him. I'm going to threaten him that I'm going to go out on him so he doesn't have any doubts about what he's going to do. It's very important to get the stick here again and get it in the right part. I was threatening. You saw how different. I walk back when he gets close to threatened there and the damage threatened with the body, so that one of those times I threatened that I'm going to leave on him, he gives the walk before, but he didn't do it. When I have a forward threat here to see, there is no such thing as a forward threat. He passes the ball first time to this guy. I can already get out of this part in front here. This guy is trying to block a pass, cut and everything, but he couldn't because he already made 3-4 defenses before and he was already understanding more or less there. You have to fool them. This time he didn't want to kick the responsibility. He passed to get to the step that was very much in everything. He got in there a little bit. It ended up being the goal to choose the dropping. In this case, I set up, he passed, and I got in with the dropping there. She entered, but very little. I caught her, and she went more. I was completely on the ball and touched it, threatened it, passed it, and tried to take it down there. We couldn't do it. Another situation here is very important. This is about reading the game. The players knew it was tough. It was 3 against 2. This, fellows, is very important for you to read. We're pausing here so we can see clearly. She went in, took her shot, and passed it. I was in the middle of the goal. I should know that there's a player on the second post. It's important not to just focus on the ball, but know where the players are. In this way, I can shoot to one side and to the other and defend. In this case, it happened here. The guy passed the ball. He caught it right here. He could have shot, but there was a player in front. He could have shot the goal, but this player was in front. He chose to pass to this guy. In this case, as the ball is closer to the goal, I have to get there by making a base, and I went with a small step to the side, making the base, but he has a right foot, and the base should have been to the other side. There's no excuse in that case. In this case, I establish my base on the side I'm going, which is easier. When you're facing the guy dominating from the front, choose the right side. On this side, shift to the right. So it's simpler to establish the base on this side, then shift right, than to turn right and do it to the left. It will complicate things. You could even get hurt and not cover the goal too much. Always keep your hands ready so you can establish your base properly. I established the base on his side and the ball hit him. So it remained there in the mid-level defense. I saw him pass the ball, took my shot, came back. I'm already searching for the ball. My eyes are looking there to know where it is. So stay focused, guys. Once again, here showing you the play from the beginning. There's a player in front of me. I'm keeping my head up, seeing where the ball is. There's a player here in front of me, and there are 2 players from the opposing team. The guy here who could pass to this one and the other one who is closest to the goal. You can see that my line of position is almost at the same level as the player who has the ball and can receive the pass on the second post. So I wait on the case to see what he's going to do. I walk back a little together. You can see that I took 2 steps back to follow because he was already closer to the goal. His body, you can see that you can read his body. He is not intended to shoot, so his body is intended to pass. So I'm ready to make a move, pass a small jump step with the ball, position, and I'm shooting, finishing. Closing well so the ball doesn't go between my legs. Be careful and make sure the base is right so the ball hits you. It was there. I positioned it. I stopped at the time of the kick to enter it. It caught on top. It finished. It continues. So it's very important to have this base reading to the right and left, where you will increasingly know how to close the angle well and close the guy's hits. Okay, guys, this was the video. I hope you liked it. I got a lot of serious and important tips that will help you defend the 2 against 1 on your team, in your city, in your championship, if you're playing excellent. If you have any questions or doubts or want to know about a new video on the channel, don't make me a video about it. Leave the description in the comments and I will be reading. I will be creating more and more top content for you. Okay, that's enough review. So thank you very much. Until next time.